it's the year 2000, and I'm a few months into coaching actors, and it feels amazing running my own business and helping other actors. I was still working as an actor, but coaching made me feel as if I was recreating myself and my life's purpose. Then I had this epiphany. It was week 3 of my course, and I always included some type of motivational talk kind of weaved into the course material at the end of that particular session. I had done this for several weeks now, but in this particular session, something special happened. Several of my clients even mentioned that it was a life-changing type of class session on this particular week. And they were right. I felt like when the session was over, I didn't even need a car to drive home. I felt like I could fly home. So I studied like what was so special about tonight. And it was the personal development aspect of that lesson. And so I started to study personal development, and it got me really, really excited. I even created a personal development course called Success Mastery 101. And I started to feel like I was really doing something special and really creatively important with my life. And just simply helping other people reach their goals. The emphasis wasn't just on me being selfish, I, me, I want this, I want that, but I just felt like, man, I'm making a difference in other people's lives, and it's making a difference in my own life simultaneously. Something that's bigger than me, something that is far bigger than my selfish self. Right? Everything just being about me. So it's unlike any experience I'd ever felt before. It was bigger than an acting career. So I started getting these invites to speak at colleges and organizations. It was Pasadena City College, Azusa Pacific, the YMCA, Sportsman's Lodge, Pasadena Muir High School. And I even went back to my old it was junior high, Horace Mann Junior High. I even ended up back there speaking to a group of 8th graders there. That was really, really special, being able to go back home, so to speak. After every time I'd speak on my feet and speak to a group of people, I just felt like my life was developing. There was like a greater sense of purpose on the horizon. I was already beginning to live it at the beginning stages because it was different. It was something other than even the commercial course I'd been teaching for several years. You know, I wrote my first book, and it was titled Programming Your Mind for Success. And it was based on the course materials from my personal development course, Success Mastery 101. And my second book was based on my 8-week commercial course called Hey, I Saw Your Commercial. I mean, I knew I eventually have to sit down and write a book about my 8-week program on how to book TV commercials based on the Heisig method, the Hey, I Saw Your Commercial method. It took me about a year to write it, but at least I got it done. I felt my course is worthy of a book. Right, so then here we go. Time to change the world. I was feeling some type of way at a certain time in our nation's history, and I just felt like, we were headed in the wrong direction. So I said, I want to write a book to address some of these things that I'm beginning to see develop in our nation. And the name of that book is entitled Love Is Not the Answer. I'm a good Christian man, so don't let the book cover fool you. But I wrote that book. Very interesting book, very enlightening, very it's an answers book, I'll call it. The fourth book I authored was called How to Develop Self-Confidence. And that was actually then adapted into my next personal development course called the Confidence Course for Actors. So what I did was took the material and the subject matter in my confidence book and shaped it into a program for actors that feel that they want to become more confident. Now, basically, confidence is a skill. And so through learning the skills and the techniques on performing as an actor, I wanted to also, we teach those skills, but then teach them important life skills on how to become more confident as well. Confidence was a perfect subject for me because when I first started acting, I thought I was confident, but I just went off like hot air. This is how I looked and being in shape and all that. And then when I started getting auditions, I was like, Mike, you have like zero confidence. You walk in the room and you're sweating profusely and can't put two sentences together. So no, you don't have confidence. You have a good look, but that's not enough. So I felt like confidence was a great subject for me to teach others after I mastered that subject. So here's the reason that I stopped acting. Here it is. So after my newfound love of studying and teaching personal development, I realized that not only was I helping others live a more productive, successful life, I was also transforming my own life in the process. And I had to be honest with myself. Helping other people felt better than, I'm an actor, I'm gonna win 8 Oscars in one night, I'm gonna be the next Denzel, all I need is theme music. All of these things were part of my selfish pursuit. And I felt like helping other people just took my life to the next level. So, I sat down and took a few weeks of inventory and examined my motives, and I learned I really did not want to be an actor. All I wanted to be was a star. I wanted attention from fans and females and from all over the world. I wanted to be a big star. I wanted to be a big, rich Hollywood heartthrob, right? And I'm sure the access to excess would have ruined my life and would have definitely ruined my marriage and thus my relationship with my children. And I've always said I don't want to do anything to my children's mom where my children end up hating me when they become of age. And so, and I certainly didn't want to lose the most godly, Jesus Christ-centered wife on planet Earth, and that's my wife, Andrea, which I call my sweet Annie, right? So I didn't want to lose her. So after I just all came to a head, and I was like, well, there it is. It's quite simple. So I stopped acting. I stopped doing commercials. I stopped doing auditioning for television and film, and I strictly went into coaching and, of course, teaching personal development. So it just felt so good and so right, the discovery that, you discover the reason that you're born, the reason you're here on planet Earth, and you're convinced of it, and helping other people transform their lives in a meaningful way, then your life transforms as well. So that is why I stopped acting, because I found a new love. And so, as some people say, sometimes you find your calling and sometimes your calling finds you. All right, so what happened next? Well, next up here, I decided to do a test model of sorts on something else that I really wanted to do. I always wanted to try it. And there's a great man named Byron Allen who inspired me way back in 1986 to do this. And 16 years later, I did it.